Hello and welcome to your November intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course. Welcome to everyone who is here with us in this month's course. I'm so excited to have each and every one of you. I know some of you are very new to our community, so welcome. And then I also know that there are some of you who have been kind of playing by the sidelines for a little while and have finally decided to jump in with us. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Everyone is going to have a great time spending time inside the course together this month. I want to go ahead and take a minute or two while everyone's jumping on to just make some quick announcements, and then we're going to go into some of the information regarding the course. So for those of you who just signed up probably in the last 48 hours or so, you already know this, but for some of you who have been sitting in waiting for this course to start for 3 or 4 weeks, we have a huge announcement we want to make, and hopefully you guys will be just as excited about it as we are about announcing this. We have granted everyone who is in this November course 2 months in the course and our community group. We feel very strongly about helping women get through this holiday season, and we understand it can be a very stressful time for a lot of us for so many different reasons. And the last thing that we wanted to do was throw everyone out on the street after this course and, you know, kind of send you on your way. So what we have decided to do is everyone who is currently in our November course and this community group here, you will have access to this community group until January 1st, 2020. So that's 30 extra days as our gift to you for joining us in November. You will also have an opportunity to go through this course one more time in December. Now, this course does not change, so the information will be the same, but what we have found here in this community is for a lot of women going through the course a second time, just as if you were a new student, really does help solidify the information. And when you go through the second time and you hear the information again, there's something that happens to us emotionally and mentally that helps us have things click that we maybe missed the first time. And when you go through and you hear information and you have now some real life practical experience to back it up, things really do click, and that's how we're seeing a lot of really big success stories in our community. So congratulations for joining us in November. I'm super excited to be able to spend 2 entire months hanging out with all of you, and I hope that at the end of this time together, not only have you healed your body, but you've made some really good connections within the community of people that you can hang on to as even after the class is ended. So, Michael, is everyone able to see and on?
Yeah, tell them to make comments so that I can see their comments. I don't see any comments.
Okay, so I have Michael on the side over here. He's managing all the comments within our actual course community. So if you wouldn't mind, if you're joining in the course, just leave a comment in the comment section. I can see everyone here on YouTube. This is your time to ask questions. So please make sure you ask questions. We'll get as many of them answered as we can. I do like to keep this about a 45-minute, no later than 45-minute discussion and Q&A so that everyone can get on with their Saturday. But if you have questions, please make sure you leave us a comment in the comment section. That way we know you can hear and see us. Okay, so let's get started. How this course works. This is the only live we will have in our November course. Everything else that you will get from me will be inside your course. You should be able to see today that when you log into the fortodaysagingwoman.com site and you go to your course library, there are 2 things in there for you. One is your course, the other is your community. This is the community that we are in right now. This is where you have the opportunity to tag me. So if you use that little @ symbol and then start typing my name, you'll see a list of names pop up. Choose my name. If you tag me, I immediately get a notice that I have been tagged in a comment, and I can respond pretty quickly. I do manage office hours, so if for some reason you tag me and I don't instantly get back to you, it just might mean that I'm not currently working, but I will have a notification that I can go back to, and that's the easiest way to get my attention in the community. The community is what I like to call the party. That's where we hang out. That's where we become friends. That's where we do our sharing. That's where we congratulate each other. And that's where we work through some sticking points. I do ask in the community that you do not post any outside links or information that does not pertain to this course. Women in this course have pulled out their credit card. They're making an investment in themselves. And we want to stay true to the information in this course. And I don't want you guys to get sidetracked. And I want to take that little piece of information just a step further. I also ask, while you're in this course, because you did make an investment in you, I want you to try to close off all outside noise and really try to stay away from a lot of these other Facebook groups or forums that you're in about intermittent fasting. There's so much information out there that is going to be different than what we talk about in this course. And I want you to really stay focused for 3 weeks on what you invested in. After the 3 weeks, if you want to go back to looking at different aspects of living this lifestyle, I say definitely, I encourage that for sure, but I want you to stay focused while you're in this course on what it is that you invested in. This course, in the aspect of being in here for 3 weeks, is really an opportunity for you to train your body to no longer be dependent on sugar as its source of energy. And it's very systematic in the approach in which we take. You have probably watched enough of my YouTube videos now to know that I don't tell you what to do. I offer suggestions, I reference information, and then I ask you to think and then apply. So a lot of what we do in this course is going to be based on you and the decisions that you think are going to best work for you. If for some reason you're stuck on something, or you're not moving as fast as you think you should, or you're not getting the results that you want, then I'm going to ask you to think about some things that you're doing and reevaluate. Oftentimes where women feel frustrated in this lifestyle in general, or as an experience that they're going through with this course, is because they're not going all in and they're not trusting the process. So if you come to me and you tell me that you're feeling frustrated and I ask you how long you're fasting and you're saying 16 hours, then it's the fact that you're not trusting the process and going all in with what this particular course is about and why it is you're feeling frustrated. So I'm going to ask you to just please, remove the barriers, slow your mind down, take a deep breath, and trust this process. Thousands and thousands of women from all over the world have done this now, and the results are absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing, will knock your socks off kind of way you're going to feel at the end of this course if you do trust the process and go all in. Another thing that I like to ask on the very beginning stages of this course is I'm going to ask you to think before you ask. Oftentimes we get the same question coming in through the course over and over and over again, and it's usually something like this. Can I have stevia in my coffee? Can I have? And the can I have can only be answered by you. I'm giving you all of the information and the suggestions that will get you to the place that you hope to be at the end of this course. And if you're questioning those things, then again, you're going to probably fall a little bit short and be a little bit disappointed. It's very black and white what I ask you to do at the stage of wanting to heal your body. I've read a lot of your introductions already in the community, and so many of us are just stuck and frustrated. The only way to get unstuck and unfrustrated is to trust a process that is working for thousands of women. So I'm going to ask you for the duration of this time that we have together to clean fast for 20 hours every day for 3 weeks. Clean fast means you can have water that is unflavored, coffee that is black, no sugar, no sweetener, no creamer, no nothing, just coffee out of the pot, black. No flavored coffee either, so no hazelnut coffee, no mocha coffee, no any of those, just coffee. And any sort of tea that comes from a leaf that is unflavored. So a black tea or a green tea is fine. It can have no flavor. We need to do this for 21 days, no questions asked, to reset our body. The questions that we're going to get over and over again is, but can I have lemon in my water? No. Can I have apple cider vinegar? No. Can I have just 1 drop of liquid stevia in my coffee? No, we are training our bodies. And the only way to get your body to work a different way is if you stick hard and fast to the rules that we have established in this course. I'm also not going to tell you what to eat in your feasting window. This very first week is our intermittent fasting week. The only thing that we really work on is getting our body to a 20-hour clean fast comfortably and getting our minds and our emotional state to understand that hungry is actually where we're going to create the magic and change. That is a psychological and an emotional thing that we have to learn to be comfortable with. What you do in your feasting window will eventually take care of itself, because when you reset your body in a fasted state and then you put something in your feast that your body can no longer tolerate, your body will tell you that it's not working for you, and your body will start to answer those "can I have" questions for you. So I need you to be conscious in your feasting state and pay attention to the signs and signals that your body is sending you. If you feel bad in a fast, it's because of what you did during a feast, and we need to make that connection. A 20-hour clean fast is in no way extreme and in no way a dangerous way to live your life. So if you're feeling bad, it's often because your body is going through a shift and a change that once you get over the hump, you will be on the other side and you'll start feeling amazing. So hydration is key in this community. Hydration and water is way more important than anything that you're going to do in a feasted state. So we can never get food perfect, but we can get our hydration perfect. So I'm going to show you some of the waters that I highly recommend that you start incorporating into your daily routine, so through your fast and your feast as well. And I recommend 100, so 100 to 150 ounces of water per day. Is this a lot of water? Yes, it is a lot of water, but it's the water that we need to maintain this lifestyle and to help balance out and reset our hormones and help our body lose weight. So I need you to start thinking about how you're going to incorporate that amount of water in your day. It will be physically impossible for you to make up for lost time and a lost cause at the end of the day. So think about how you can stagger your water throughout the day. So by the time you are going to bed, you're not guzzling down 150 ounces of water. Coffee and tea do not count as water. The only thing that counts as water ounces is actual water. I personally prefer bottled, mineralized, or spring water, and I know that's not feasible for everyone. So there are some mineralized drops that you can purchase online. I personally don't use any, so I can't refer anything to you. But just Google something like mineralized drops for your water. You'll be able to find something on Amazon pretty quickly. What you're looking for is magnesium, calcium, potassium, and sodium. Any one of those four or all of those four are what we're trying to get into our system every day. Magnesium is one of those minerals that most of us are deficient in and will help you with so many aspects of what it is that you're struggling with, including hormonal imbalance. So these are the waters that I use. Again, they're not required in this course. You don't have to go buy them, but these are what have made my life really simple. And because of the changes that we have made nutritionally in our own family, purchasing really good water is one of those switches that we just made in our own family financial budget that is totally worth it for us. And so you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. And if it's not something that you can do, then get some mineralized drops for sure. So this is my ultimate favorite water. This is a Mountain Valley sparkling spring water. I absolutely love carbonated water. You're going to find out in the course why that is. But this is my go-to water for sure. This is a water that has calcium, magnesium, and potassium in it. If you're wondering what elements are in a water bottle, just go to the company website and search ingredients. It will have a breakdown for everything that's in their water. So this one is my favorite for sure. They also have an orange labeled one, which is the non-carbonated. So carbonated is blue, non-carbonated is the orange or the red label. We have a water delivery service, so these just come to our house every month. We don't have to worry about it. This is what we drink. The other one that's really good is Pellegrino. This one's pretty popular. You can get these at restaurants. You can get these at big box kind of stores. I think it's currently on sale at Costco. I think it's $4.50 off a case or something like that. So we always load up on this one. This one has sodium in it, where this one, according to the label, does not. So rotating in this one would be nice as well. And then a really popular one these days too is the Topo Chico brand. Again, you can pretty much find this at grocery stores and stuff like that. The ones you want to stay away from are these, which have any kind of flavoring in them, because we are trying to stay in a fasted state. And when we are in a state of insulin resistance, or we're super hyper to anything that's flavored or sugary, then that takes us out of that healing state that we're trying to achieve while we're in this course. So none of these flavored waters, only plain water, sparkling or flat. The thing to remember is mineralized water and spring water are interchangeable terms in marketing with these types of waters. So just like you would with a food label, I always recommend researching the ingredients either via the ingredients label or going to a company website and checking out what their nutritional labels are for their water as well. Again, I'm going to touch on coffee really quickly. Coffee can definitely be in your fasted state if it doesn't bother you personally. If you're not a coffee person, it is not that thing that you have to do to be successful in this lifestyle, but it is one of those things that will help settle out hunger hormones and curb off, that hungry feeling that we have and give you a little boost of energy. Another resource for energy that helps so many people, especially when they're beginning with transitioning into clean fasting, is a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt right underneath your tongue. Will give you an amazing boost of energy. So if you're feeling fatigued or you're feeling like you just can't make it through your fasted state, remember that is a transition from going from a sugar burner to a fat burner. A pinch of salt will give you a nice boost of energy and kind of help you get through those last couple of hours in a fasted state. You can find pink Himalayan sea salt everywhere. And again, if you're a Costco, for my US people, if you're a Costco member, you can buy it in like big tubs these days. We have salt all over our house. Salt is not the thing that you want to fear. You want to fear bad processed sodium, and you want to put good crystallized type of salt sodium into our body. We actually need that type of sodium. Your course is available to you because today is the 2nd. So hopefully you have checked into your course. The way our system is set up is you should be getting an email every day from me saying a new lesson has been released. Every day at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, a new lesson is available to you. What I always like to caution women about is do not wait for the email to hit your inbox to log into your course. I highly recommend using your smartphone, setting up a reminder on your phone that every day for the next 21 days, you will have a lesson that you need to review inside your For Today's Aging Woman course. So put a reminder on your phone to check your lesson every single day, like clockwork. So if it's at 10 o'clock in the morning is when you sit down to view your lesson, put a reminder on your phone. Emails these days are super finicky and very tricky, and they're getting into people's inbox based on the receiver's email provider. And because we are sending out a mass email to a group of women all over the world, oftentimes your email provider thinks that we're sending you a spammed type of email, even though the content that we're sending you is very valuable to you. So don't rely on that, and don't stress out if you don't get an email. Use the tools that you have available to you and put a reminder on your phone that you need to check your course every single day, because there will be content from me to you every single day. The other thing I want to make sure I go over really quickly is inside your course, there is a video every day. And then below the video is a little narrative or summary about what I talked about. And I usually ask you a question, and I want you to create an action item or response to that question. That is why we have a comment section below. You will be able to go through and read other course members' comments in that particular lesson as well. So it's always really valuable to read what some other past students have left behind for you, some nice little breadcrumbs that they've left for you. I ask you to be an active participant while you are in this course. Again, that also helps with the investment that you made in yourself. So if there is a homework type of question that I've asked you, please take a minute to respond to that in the comment section. There have been numerous scientific studies done with the success rate of individuals who are actually active participants in an event versus those who tend to be more behind the scenes wallflower type of people. We have also done the same type of evaluation in our course here. And all of the women who I end up really getting to know on a personal first name basis, and the women who end up having relationships with other women in the course by the end of the course, the women who show up and comment every day on their homework, and the women who are active within their community are the ones that end up having the best results in this course, because you are actively participating in your life. This is no more than a 15-minute commitment in you every single day. So allow yourself the opportunity of that 15 minutes so that you can do the work and then reap the results. I am living proof that you can go from 48 years old and broken down and old and sick and depressed and frustrated to 53 years old and thriving. And so I want that same opportunity for all of you. This is not an age-specific type of event that we're going through as women. It's a lifestyle type of event. So whether you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, and yes, we've even had people in our course in their 90s who have changed some amazing things around in their life. You are open and available to these changes as well. So grab them with both hands. And I say fast as if your life depends on it for these next 3 weeks, and see what kind of magic you can create for yourself. This is one of the few courses where I'm going to ask you to do absolutely nothing and make no purchases. Like seriously, you don't have to buy water. You can drink the water that you have. Maybe get yourself some minerals if you feel like you need to. I really do encourage you to stop taking any non-prescribed type of things and just see what your body's capable of doing on its own. So if you're wondering if your supplements are working for you, now's a really good time to test those out. If you're wondering if that, super advertised fat burner thing is working for you, I say stop taking it for a while and see what your body can do in a fasted state. I really ask you to remove as many crutches as you can from your life and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the energized sense of calm that comes with this amazing lifestyle when you let your body operate on its own. Another thing really quickly, and then I'm going to go to the questions and comments because I know this is going to come up, is we do have downloads available to you. We have what we call the intermittent fasting journal and guide. It's like a compilation of all of your downloads. You get that on day 3 in the course, and I make you wait because the only thing I want you to do for the next 3 days is learn how to fast correctly and just feel. Don't worry about downloads. The downloads will not make or break you in this course either. What's going to make or break you is the mindset you have about how you feel in a state of hungry. Everything else is just going to be practice from this point moving forward. The downloads are available if you're on a laptop or a desktop. They'll be available on the right-hand side of the video. That's available in the course. If you are on a smart device like a phone or a tablet, you have to scroll all the way underneath the comment section to get to the download section, and they will be at the bottom of your comment section. The one thing I also like to caution about this course is, and I know that a lot of women have already come to me panicky, like, I'm not good on the internet. Everything that we say about ourselves comes true. So it's not that you're not good on the internet. It's just that you're new to this type of clicking around, or you're new to this type of exposure. So what I want you guys to understand is you cannot break my site. So click around, scroll around, move your cursor, do whatever you have to do to become comfortable with this site. It is super user friendly, but oftentimes we get in our head that we are going to be frustrated and we're not good at something. And so we panic, and then we react in a state of panic. Just take a deep breath. You can't break my site. So click, scroll, do whatever you have to do. Spend some time just looking around, browse your site, get really comfortable with it, because you're going to spend the next 21 days there. The other thing I want you guys to do is think as well. So this very first week, because everyone is in such a state of panic, I purposely do not respond to a lot of comments. I read them all, and I'm going to be very active and present in your community and inside your course, but I am not going to mother you. I need you to think. So there is going to be about 100 women who come at me over the course of the next couple days and ask me if they can have apple cider vinegar in their fasted state. when we've already clearly said, no, you cannot. So please make sure you think in a calm and thoughtful way before you ask a question in a panicked state about something that's probably already been covered. So I'm forcing you to think, and I'm forcing you to feel for the next 3 weeks. I will answer questions that I feel are pertinent to the course and definitely need to have an answer. But if it's something that has already been addressed or something that we have beat down already and you're just not thinking and you're panicking, I am going to refrain from answering and I'm going to have you think, okay? So I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help you to create change. And so trust me, it's frustrating for me because I'm a helper and I want to make sure everybody feels calm and relaxed and loved in this course. But I have learned that I'm not doing you any favors if I jump in and mother you to death and don't give you the opportunity to think for yourself. You will be able to leave this class, stand on your own 2 feet, and never have to rely on anyone else to ever tell you again how you are supposed to live your life or how you're supposed to nourish your body. And if I leave you after this time together in this course with that gift, then I have done my job. And that's really what I'm seeking to do in this course, is do my job and make sure that you feel like the investment that you made in you and your future has been worth it for you. Any stick out questions, Michael?
No, just tell them if they want to keep up with the feeds in the course, hit the refresh button in their browser to keep up with but I can see all of the questions. One of the main questions so far is supplements. Can they take supplements?
Okay. So you have to take everything as prescribed by your medical doctor. So if you are on a prescription medication and you need to take it and you have to take it in your fasted state, you have to take that medication. The hope is that if the prescription medication that you're on or anything that's being, advised by your doctor to do to fix something that you're not happy with in your body, the goal is to correct that thing and then not need your doctor anymore. So I always like to say that in the front end. If you're on a medication that is saving your life and you have to be on it for the rest of your life, you take your medication and we work around that. You can still do some really amazing healing with your body, even if you have to momentarily break a fast for life-saving type of prescription medication from your doctor. If you're taking a handful of supplements because you feel like you need it because you're nutrient deficient in something, I do ask that you please just put those on the shelf for a week or two and see what your body is going to do. In a truly fasted state, when your body is fat adaptive and it's relying on your stored energy and calories as its primary source of energy, it will be able to take in the nutrients that you have stored and use them for you. So this, like I said, this is the easiest 3 weeks of your life. Like, you can save money on your supplements. You can save money on all your little quick fix things. You can save money on all of those things. And then when you're done with the course, I ask you to slowly put them back in and reevaluate. We are a society that is peeing away thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every day in supplements we probably don't need to take. So use this time to figure out what's going to be best for you. And then you put things back in very purposely based on how you want to look and feel. But you won't really know how well your body is going to adjust to this healing state if you keep putting some things in that are going to be quick fixes for you.
Based on your blood work of what you actually need, if your doctor's saying you're low on something.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
So oftentimes if you're deficient in something, it's because your body's not able to actually process the nutrients that you're putting into it. So I say give it a break. Now, if you, like Michael just said, so like if you're like anemic, do you need to take your iron? Yeah, probably. I would move those things to your feasted state and just take them right before you break your fast if you can, or before you go to bed at night. But for a lot of people, the reason we're taking supplements is because we feel like crap. Well, we feel like crap because of what the lifestyle that we've decided to live up to this point. You will not feel like crap anymore once you really get your body operating on its own system. So if you can, for a week or two, put your supplements on the shelf, as long as they're not doctor prescribed. If it's a choice you're making for yourself, put them away and see how your body can respond on its own. Oftentimes we are living in a society where we need coffee to start our day. Don't talk to me till I had my coffee, because we can't get up on our own feeling great. And then we are chugging things at night to put ourselves to sleep. We don't know how our body is responding to sleep and getting up on its own anymore. Give yourself a break and just go all natural if you can. And then, like I said, reevaluate at the end. Anything else?
There's a lot of questions on.
Okay.
There's a lot of questions on YouTube and a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm just going to answer, just so I don't keep you guys here with just saying a lot of hellos. I'm just going to go ahead and answer the questions that maybe we can get some ease some minds. I'm thinking the cold hard truth. I'm liking the cold hard truth. Yeah, that's the way we have to be, you guys. We have been duped, right? And we don't want to have any ill feelings about anything we've done in the past or how we've lived our life. What I want you to do is start letting go of the past and thinking about the future, right? So I live this lifestyle for my grandkids and my adult children, and the life I'm dreaming of having with them, and the retirement I want to live with my husband. What I did at 20, what I did at 30, what I did at 40 about food and exercise and all that kind of stuff, I've really left in the past. I exercise for tomorrow. I don't exercise to burn off a bad meal I had yesterday. And I fuel my body so that today I can look and feel my best while living my most authentic life. And I want to prepare myself for my tomorrow. So this is a healing course in so many different levels. I do not want you to focus on weight loss. I want you to focus on how it is you respond to food, how it is you feel about food, how it is you feel in a state of hungry, why this is all going to make sense for you. And I want you to be able to walk away from this course in 3 weeks, or for you guys, since you get the bonus, in the next 2 months, and get through this holiday season and get to January 1st and go, wow, this is the first time ever in my life on January 1st, I feel amazing. And you're getting towards your goals. Your guys' 2020 should be off the charts amazing with what you're going to have going on in November and December. But you have to be active participants in it, and you have to be willing to do the healing. This is not a passive group. This is not a diet mentality. I am not going to tell you this is what you need to eat and this is how many calories and this is, no. Figure it out, because food's going to come into your life and some stress is going to come into your life and you're going to be in a panic state. And I need you to have the experience and the resources and the healed heart and head to make quick decisions in a moment of stress or in a moment of sadness or in a moment of, I don't know what to do. I need you to have 2 feet firmly planted on the ground, able to make decisions in the heat of the moment. And that is what I want to teach you in this course. The food part figures itself out. Trust me on this. You guys will be so happy with how you're going to feel at the end. I am not able to watch anything. Have you started already? Yes, you have to just click the play button. Have you taken supplements? Can you take supplements while on this? We just answered that. This is such a good point. Let's see. Do you have to take a multivitamin, fish oil, D3? Please. And I know I probably already answered this, so I'll just say it one more time. Supplements are the thing that you can reevaluate after you've healed your body. You are taking things now because you feel bad. You are taking things now because you're tired. You are taking things now because your body hasn't been able to process and break down and utilize the nutrients that you're putting into it. You're taking supplements because you probably aren't eating a smart diet, nutrition lifestyle for you. You're taking nutrients because of XYZ things. Those things are going to change. So reevaluate why and how you're taking your supplements once you are done with this course. So after 3 weeks, reevaluate some things. You will probably find that you can save thousands and thousands of dollars on quick fix things to make yourself feel good that you might not need. With that being said, there's also a very good place and purpose for supplements as well. So like Michael referred to, if you go to the doctor, which I highly recommend that you do on an annual basis, go get some blood drawn. Ask for specific things that you want to be tested on to see if you're deficient. So my husband is deficient in iron and D3. So he has to take a supplement with that. And we eat a very sensible diet in our life. Like we have very good nutrition in our lifestyle. He just does not absorb that. So we also try to get out in the backyard in the sun, 15 to 20 minutes a day to get the D3 as well. So don't just take supplements because Dr. So-and-so on YouTube said that you need to take them. Dr. So-and-so doesn't know you. He's trying to sell his supplements to you. So reevaluate when you're feeling better and then take supplements as needed. I take supplements on a rotational basis based on what they're designed to do for my body. So I do not take a daily regimen of supplements anymore. I take them based on how I look and feel. And that's what I hope you'll be able to do at the end of this as well.
Some questions that are coming up have a lot to do with should they be exercising?
Okay, so let's talk about exercise really quickly. Your body over the next 3 weeks is going to go through a lot of energy changes. The one most specific is going from a sugar burner to a fat burner. It feels completely different to exercise in a fasted state than it does in a fueled state. So what I really like you to do is think about why it is you are taking this course and what it is you hope to do for your body. There is absolutely nothing wrong with taking 3 weeks off of exercising completely while you're going through this course, especially for those of you who are going to promise yourselves to go all in. When I was healing my body, I didn't work out for an entire year. Some of that was controlled and some of that was not. I broke my foot. We got a puppy. But what it did for me to not work out for a year when I was learning how to fast correctly and heal my body from being a diabetic was I didn't lose anything. My physique was at its best. I lost all the weight I needed to lose. My body fat was great. When you're in a truly fasted state, your human growth hormone is, I think, like 600 times what it is when you're not in a fasted state. So for those of you who are feeling like, you're losing muscle mass faster than you can work out, or you're not liking the way your physique is, fasting will help you with that. And then just give yourself some time to just ease into this new lifestyle. When you're working out and you're learning how to fast correctly at the same time, those are two stressors that can make you feel more exhausted than you should, right? Because you're tapping at energy from your exercise and you're tapping at energy from your fast. So I would say the best gift you can give yourself, especially in this very busy time of the year with holidays and stuff like that, is to just take some time and just relax. A walk is fantastic. Some Pilates is great. Some yoga classes are fantastic, like those type of things. But high intensity type of things, if you're not already like super fired up and into it and have a regimen down where you know your body well, I would say it'd be totally okay to just pass on it for a couple of weeks. Anything else?
And when there's questions about when do they start fasting? Do they start fasting today?
Okay, so today is what we call it our soft launch. It's a way to get you guys able to just like, oh, I can log into my course, or I know where to go. You could see that you can click on categories and those types of things. I'm the type of person when anytime I do something like this and today's the day to start, I always start the first day. So tomorrow is when we actually formally do a group fast. I just tell you to, you're going to have some downloads that you can download. I tell you to pick a time that you're going to start your fast and then think forward to the next day and schedule your break fast time and what it is you're going to break your fast with. So this is very basic, going back to the very beginning of how to establish fasting hours. Yes, during the time that you're in this course, I ask you to fast at the same time every day. We're in training for the next 3 weeks. So you're training your body. You have a hormone that is called the appetite expectancy hormone. You're going to know this hormone very well because every day about the same time, you're going to feel hungry because your body's telling you it needs to eat because it's a certain time of within your body's own circadian rhythm, right? And so we need to train those hormones to work in our favor and not run our day. So if you fast consistently, same time every day for the next 3 weeks, you will train those hunger hormones to work for you. So if you can, the best that you can, fast that way. That being said, life happens. Some things are going to, throw you off track. What we don't want to become is these frantic, perfectionist type of food phobic women, right? So if you're scheduled to fast for 20 hours and you fast for 19 hours and 45 minutes, you round up to 20 hours. That is fine. If you're scheduled to fast for 20 hours and you're going to break your fast at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and your college roommate is in town for the day and she wants to go have lunch with you at 12, go have lunch with your college roommate that you haven't seen in 20 or 30 years or whatever. Never miss a memory-making opportunity because of a fasted state. What we are doing in this course is for 3 weeks training our body. But what we ultimately hope to do is live this lifestyle forever. So do not miss really significant or important moments in your life because you've scheduled a fast. Just make it up the next day. We don't want you to miss out on anything. This is where I'm going to ask you guys to think, be really level-headed emotionally, and consider what your options are forever, right? Like I've been fasting for 5 years. Have I fasted every single day for 20 hours clean? Absolutely not, because I am a mother and a wife and I want to live my life. So you have to really start thinking about common sense ways to live your life and then putting things in that matter for you. And then I wanted to say really quickly too, for those of you who have to take medication during this time frame, or you have to take medication with food and you have to take it in the morning, like what are you going to do? We have to remember how food plays a role in our body. And oftentimes when we're told like you have to take a prescription and you have to take it with medicine, we think, oh, you have to take it with food. We think, oh, okay, well, it's morning. I have to take my medicine and I have to take it with food. The only thing I can do is have a bagel with cream cheese. No, there are lots of options for food that you can take that will help your body with taking medicine. Remember, we take food with medicine to just coat our stomach so that the medicine doesn't tear our gut lining apart. So a half of an avocado is food that you can take in the morning with medicine. A scoop of peanut butter is also food that you can put in your stomach that will help coat it to offset any damage of any kind of medicine. A 8-ounce glass of unsweetened almond milk or cashew milk or macadamia milk is also something that you can put in your body to help soothe your digestive system when you're taking any kind of medication or prescription. So just because it's the morning and you have to take food with medicine doesn't mean that you can go have a bowl of Cheerios or a bagel or breakfast type of food. It just means you have to put something in your stomach to protect it against the medication. Anything else?
Pretty much covers it. Most of the all the rest are just responses and.
Okay. In fast, water, plain, Pellegrino, Mountain Valley, pinch with pink Himalayan sea salt. Helps through hunger moments. Yep. Anything else? Love the black and white attitude. Thank you. No, just you guys, seriously, like I'm going to ask you to just be like, kick it. You're going to have 20 hours a day where you do nothing and just love your life. So I am going to ask you to just keep thinking about that. When you feel panicky, take a deep breath. When you feel like you're unsure, take a deep breath and just pause. My philosophy about food and this lifestyle now is seriously this simple. When in doubt, fast it out. If you catch a cold during the next 3 weeks, should you eat? No, fast. If you're traveling and you don't know what to eat at the airport, should you just settle for what restaurant's there? No, fast. If you're at an office meeting and they brought in bagels and fruit platters, should you eat it? No, you should fast. So in those situations like that, you always want to fast it out for sure, because those situations are what we call life, and life is going to happen to you. And if you're sick and you're overweight and you're bloated and you have an autoimmune disorder and your thyroid's crashing on you and you have all of these and your brain's going away and you have brain fog and you can't sleep at night, it's because we have defaulted to food. And we need to learn to have a different default so that our body can heal itself. Someone asked about what do I think about alternate day fasting? That is not this class. This class is called intermittent fasting, where I help you establish a fasting window every day that's consistent with a feasting window every day. So I do not think alternate day fasting is an easy lifestyle personally, so that's not what I teach. If you prefer to do alternate day fasting, I say that that is fantastic. You're just gonna have to sit through the information that I teach in class. I don't think alternate day fasting is the be all end all. Yes, I know Dr. Longo has so much research on it, but there's also research on intermittent fasting. There's research on the carnivore diet. There's research on the plant-based diet. There's research on, multiple day fasting. There's research on not fasting and just living the keto lifestyle. Pick your research that you want to follow and establish your lifestyle. This is what we teach here because it is the most simple approach for the everyday woman who wants to live her life most authentically, but also wants to reap the healing benefits of what living a sensible life is. And this is the most sensible way that I feel that we can do that. Do you include a keto diet plan? I do not include any diet plan whatsoever. I ask you to pay attention to the signs and signals your body's sending you when you break your fast. So some of you are going to learn this the hard way, and some of you may have already been practicing a lifestyle around nutrition that works for you. So if you break your fast with a double stack buttermilk pancakes, you will probably spend the next couple of hours in the bathroom. You won't feel good. If you break your fast with, a lot of women break their fast with their green smoothie, which also has bananas and blueberries and strawberries and mango and a maple syrup in it, you will feel sick and you will probably end up in the bathroom. So you are going to have to learn some of these nutrition lessons the hard way, because that's the way you learn. I have been doing this type of coaching for almost 30 years now. And what I have learned is that when I tell you what to do, just like when you tell your kids what to do, no one listens to mommy. So you're going to do what you want to do regardless. If I give you a meal plan, you will come back and go, but I don't like butternut squash, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. So I can't tell you what to do. You have to do what makes you happy with food. And there are some women who are eating food that I would never imagine could make them look and feel their best, but they say that they are, and who am I to tell them that's not good for them? So you have to, for the first time, probably in your life, figure food out for yourself. I'm always changing my nutritional lifestyle. So I would also look like a total hypocrite if I gave you a plan that I wasn't following. So I'm currently trying to be as plant-based as I possibly can. There are people in this community who are total carnivores. Who am I to tell them that doesn't work for them? So there's not a plan that I can give to you that would be all inclusive of everyone in our community. And so I respect you. And I also know that there are people who have very specific religious type of things that they follow nutritionally, very specific cultural things that they follow specifically. I know not everyone has a Trader Joe's around, so I don't know what your shopping lifestyle is. I don't know what you have access to with food, so you have to figure it out. Nutrition is probably one of the most common sense things that we have available to us, and we live in a world of information. So if you have a question about something, I would say Google it and try it out on yourself. If your body doesn't like it, you will know for sure. And then you have to make notes on that for sure. And the keto diet is not the be all end all diet. I teach you in our intermittent feasting week some things to look for and some things to try out, so you'll have a better idea about those things for sure. But I do not follow the ketogenic diet. It made me sick. The 4-hour eating window, is it okay to eat just one meal, or do we need to split it up? Any calorie macro guidelines? No calorie macro guidelines. I free you of that as well. I have not counted a macro or a calorie in probably 5 years or so. We don't measure food at all. What you really need to do is learn how to feed your body to satiation, right? You're going to go through in this next week where you're going to have a feasting window where you're ravenous for 4 hours. I say consume food for 4 hours. Make sure it's smart food, and you want to eat, pause, kind of thing. So don't open your feasting window too abruptly, meaning don't eat a ton of food in the very beginning, because your body won't be able to process it. You just went 20 hours with nothing in your stomach. So breaking your fast with a higher fat, that's naturally occurring type of fat, a low to moderate protein, very conscious carbohydrates. So breaking your fast with a fruit bowl or one of these smoothies that a lot of women are concocting with a bunch of fruit in it will not make you feel good, because you'll sugar crash. So, think about how your body is responding to food, knowing that, the most natural nutrition you can find is the best way to go, and some fat is going to help you as well. There are also going to be some times in your feasting window where you're not hungry at all. I say listen to that as well. What you have to do though is think ahead. So right now we're in training as consistent as you can with your fasting window and your feasting window for a 24-hour period. With that being said, if you open up your feast and you're not feeling very hungry, you have to know that you still have to close your feasting window at the same time, but you have to be able to get through your next fast. So you have to think while you're in this 3 weeks, how am I going to get myself through my next fast if I don't feel like eating? So I always say just have something little, have an avocado. An avocado is a meal. So, open up an avocado, throw some salt on it, have that just so you have something to kind of fat-wise to get you through your next day. And then just know that the next day might be a little tough. That is a good thing because hungry is where the magic happens. You will have a nice deep healing state, and the next day you'll feel fantastic. So we have to really start thinking about those kind of things for sure. And then what are some of the good foods to break a fast with, or is it trial and error? For the first week, I really want you to just concentrate on how you feel when you break your fast with what you consider normal lifestyle things for you. And then you're going to start to be able to change them as you move along. So anything that's a high in carbohydrates, we know what those things are usually not the thing that's best to break your fast, because again, your body will go into a sugar crash. So anything that's naturally occurring in the food categories, I always think is best. Try to stay away from processed foods. I do break my fast every day with the same thing. I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now. I do break my my fast with the shake. So if you have something like that in your life that you use, just make sure you're being very careful about what you add into it, so you're not adding extra sugars to it. The other thing really quickly I'll say before we jump off, because now we're at 10:50, is you do not have to over protein either. So, if you're going to choose to work out, and you're working out in a fasted state, as soon as you put something in your body, you have just broken your fast and you've halted fat burning. So I work out and then I don't have anything after my workout until I break my fast at my scheduled time. That takes a little getting used to physiologically, but once you get used to it, it's magic, and you'll be able to stay in a really deep fasted state for the rest of the day. So watch your protein intake. You don't need to over supplement protein. That actually halts autophagy. So be very sensible about what it is that you're doing in your feasting window. The best thing I can tell you is just relax about food. If you're trying to convince yourself or negotiate with yourself about a food and whether you should or shouldn't have it in your feasted state, you probably shouldn't have it. So no one negotiates about a salad. Everyone negotiates about lasagna. No one negotiates about, spaghetti squash and some pasta sauce. Everyone is going to negotiate about a pizza. So if you're negotiating with yourself and trying to compromise, those are probably the foods that you should either limit or take out, especially during these 3 weeks. And then you can go ahead and reevaluate after. But salads, vegetables, roasted, sauteed, all of those things don't matter. Lean proteins are great. Lots of fat. We put oil on everything in our nutrition. Oil and salt is on everything. So be very generous about those kind of things. Olives, avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, all of those are really great resources to up your fat. A can of olives is a snack in our house, not a bag of cookies. So making those kind of switches will really benefit you as well. But yes, you have to trial and error this, because if you don't put your hand in the fire, you don't know what it feels like, right? So put your hand in the fire, take a couple for the team. You're going to have a couple days where you go out with friends and you have appetizers and a glass or two of wine, and you're going to go, oh, why did I do that? I feel horrible. And then the next time you go out with friends, you're going to go, maybe I don't need that second glass of wine, and I might even skip the appetizers type of thing. So you have to make those conscious connections for sure. I feel like you have thrown me a lifeline. Dale, I have. So take it and hold on to it tightly. Trust me. I was where you all were, and I'm going to tell you very honestly, I do not live a perfect life. I still make food mistakes. I am not the I'm not going to throw a lifestyle at you that I think that you have to do, or else you really should have the freedom and flexibility to live your life. You want to go on vacation, you want to go to the wedding, you want to go to the baby shower, you want to celebrate a birthday, you want to be social people. And sadly or not, I don't know, however you want to think about it, our life runs socially with food and drink. You have to find your happy place with that. And so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am the perfect nutrition person, because I am not. I do not want to live my life that way. I've done that in the past and it hasn't ended up so well. And we all end up in this place anyways where we're not happy. I can tell you that for the last 5 years, I have lived a very happy life around food. I am sitting here today as a 53-year-old woman, I think as happy as I've ever been with my body, flaws and all. I'm happy with where I am with my aging process. I feel very confident about my future, and it's because I am living all the things I'm teaching. And so I hope you will embrace that and know that you have to find a happiness in your life around food first. Everything else will fall in place around that. But we have to be aware and we have to be honest with ourselves for sure. I love your tips for breaking the fast. Great ideas. Keep them coming. Okay, yeah. So and share them in the community. When you break a fast, if it didn't work so well, share it with our community so you can save someone else from making that same or having that same experience. When you break your fast and you're finding something that's working for you, share it for sure.
What about a bone broth protein shake?
Yeah, I guess if it works for you, that would be way too much protein for me. I have even just recently switched the collagen protein that I use for skin and hair and nails and all those things, because I found one that has less protein in it. Remember, I'm 5 years into this and you guys are starting. So I have made a lot of changes over the course of the last 5 years. I have experimented with things. I do 30 days of this and 30 days of that. Some work, some doesn't. I am currently in a phase where I am very plant-based. I would say 95% plant-based, not for religious reasons. I'm not a vegan, any of those things. It's just my body operates much happier with less animal protein in it. And I'm currently, I think, 2 months now, alcohol-free. I'm not saying that you have to go alcohol-free, but it was that nagging thing that I had going on in my life where I'm like, why am I stuck at this place? And why is my fitness not going here? And why do I still have a little bit of this belly fat that I can't get rid of, even though I'm fasting long and feasting well and all of those things? And I thought, it's probably the margaritas I have on Friday night at the restaurant that we go to, or it might be the glass of wine I had on Tuesday. And so I just decided to cut it all out. And in 2 months, I feel fantastic. And now I think about having the glass of wine and I go, I don't even want to feel that way. So you will go through phases of going deep on things, and you're going to go through phases where you get a little loosey-goosey on things, and that's all okay if you're doing the work here and you're doing the work here to know that you're not a failure, you haven't done anything wrong, you stop, beating yourself up with negative self-talk, and you just live your life. I'm not saying I'm not going to ever have a glass of wine again or not ever have a margarita again. I've just chosen a period of time to test it out. And I'm going alcohol-free until January 2020, and I'll reevaluate how I'm going to put it in my life, if at all. And that's what I really want you guys to do, is think about things you have in your life and could there be some things holding you back? And when you do it in this fasting type of environment and you do it with a community of women, it's a really safe place to do it, and it's a really fun place to do it. So start thinking about food as a hobby and an experiment as opposed to a punishment or the things you can or cannot do, for sure.
Karen has an important question. She said she's excited to try this with the community of women. She says, I'm a Synthroid. She's on Synthroid and wondering about the impact of fasting on her thyroid.
Okay, so I am not a doctor, but I can tell you, after working with thousands of women in this type of lifestyle, is so many women are finding improvements with their thyroid conditions because of the changes they're making in their lifestyle. For a lot of women, gluten is that thing that has really wreaked havoc on their thyroid. And I have to say, I'm going to say this in a blanket statement. And again, I'm not a doctor, but I can just tell you what I've experienced myself and through women and the countless stories that I get back from women who have been in this community. That healing or healing comes in a fasted state. And when you get this rhythm down with fasting long and feasting well, there hasn't been anything that fasting hasn't been able to heal. Asthma, arthritis, allergies, women have canceled surgeries, healing quicker from cancer incidents or surgeries, the common cold, the flu, aches, pains, bloating, mental fog, thyroid conditions, PCOS, infertility, like you name it, there's been a story around it. So what I need each and every one of you to do who is suffering from something that you're not happy with is embrace the process. Fast as if your life is depending on it, because in a sense, it is. What we have been doing to this point with food and how it is we've been running our life emotionally around food, how we're living in a panic state, what we do in our own self-talk, how we beat ourselves up, all of that is breaking us down and making us sick, old women. We do not need to be old ever. It doesn't matter what your age is. You should never be old. You should be your age. And so what I want you to think about is, what if I fasted 20 hours clean? And what if I started being more intelligent in my feasted state with what it is that makes me happy and makes me look and feel my best around food? What if I could? And then test it out, because you just might be able to satisfy that what if. So many women are reducing thyroid medication doses. So many women are not filling their hormone replacement therapy prescriptions. So many women are just not going back to their doctor and having things reevaluated and no longer filling prescriptions, because your body has the ability to heal itself if we move out of the way. So move out of the way for 3 weeks and see what you could do. Now, does that mean at the end of 3 weeks, you're going to get cured of something? Some might not. But what you have to do is trust that this is the best way to have the opportunity for that to happen down the road. Okay? Okay. I'm hoping it lowers my blood pressure. It will for sure. I am one of those people. I don't have blood pressure issues, but let me just tell you about my sugar story. You guys have probably heard it a lot on the things that I've done on YouTube and stuff, but I have been sugar sensitive since day one, like day one birth type of situation. I've been hypoglycemic my whole life, even as a young girl, which led to, so it goes in phases: hypoglycemia, insulin resistance, diabetes, Alzheimer's, right? I've been through all of those, including Alzheimer's, because 4 years ago, I couldn't remember my kids' names. I couldn't park at a grocery store and not come out in a sweat panic state. No recollection of driving up and down to trying to find a parking space. No recollection of where my car was. 48, you guys, I was losing my mind. So I trusted this process. I fasted as if my life depended on it. I will always have sugar issues, and I'm very aware of that. And I live my life knowing that if I go back to the other way, that I will be sick again. So my brain is back. My body is, like I said, I'm happy with my body at 53, and I was disgusted with my body at 48. I'm running my best runs. I work out every day. I'm happy, healthy. I'm not on antidepressants. I'm not on hormone replacement therapy. I'm not taking any sort of thing to cover up signs and symptoms. I don't have any. You should go into this with that confidence. Fill in the blank to whatever it is you're unhappy with, and focus on becoming happy with that thing by making decisions on how you're going to go about your day based on how you want to look and feel. It is that simple. Everything else is just a series of decisions and choices that you make. Some days you're going to make better choices than others. The faster you get out of that decision-making process, the faster you'll rebound back into looking and feeling your best, for sure.
You're no longer insulin resistant and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not hypoglycemic. I don't have sugar highs and lows. I can go 30 something hours without food and I'm stabilized. Not a problem. I'll teach you guys how to do that in my advanced class. I'm no longer insulin resistant, and I no longer have any kind of diabetic threats, and I don't have any signs and signals of being in the early stages of Alzheimer's, and I hope to keep it that way. But I actively make decisions to make sure that I stay that way. I do not go through my day passively ever. This is an active lifestyle you want to live, for sure. Anything else? No gluten for, amen, no gluten for thyroid problems. Yeah, so I'm going to ask you to look at food in a completely different way. I'm going to ask you to be your own advocate for healing. Every single thing you do, everything you put on, in, or around your body affects your hormones. So in week 2, we work on that. Feasting is everything you do in, on, or around your lifestyle. It's not just what you put on your plate, and we're gonna work on that in week 2 for sure. And then week 3 is the social and emotional aspects. Some point in this group here for November, Michael and I are going to share with you how it is we conduct ourselves around the holidays. So I don't know when we're going to fit it in yet, but we'll definitely get you guys some tips and tricks for holidays and some of the recipes that we now have as traditions in our home. We have completely revamped what holiday meals are like in our home. We have brought in some things from our past generations of family members and just tweak them a little bit to suit our lifestyle as well. So we're going to share all that with you. At some point, we don't know when we're going to be able to plug it in, but it'll be before the holiday for sure.
One more important question.
Okay.
Stacy says that unfortunately 11 years ago I had to have my thyroid removed, so I will not be able to come off of that medication. How will this affect me?
Well, you just answer that. You won't, I guess, if you won't be able to come off that medication because you no longer have your thyroid, it will help you in other areas for sure. So, it's the same thing as, women who've had hysterectomies, we can't undo that for sure. I wish we could have, had you come through this course before you had your, that level of thyroid experience. But, what you might find is that other areas of your life are going to improve as well. So the thyroid situation you have might not be the first thing on your mind. You might not even think about it anymore. There are certain things that we have to rely on the medical community for. And when you have your thyroid removed, you have to have certain types of medication to make up for that. That's totally how just life works. But there's going to be other areas of your life that are going to improve as well. So just pay attention to those for sure. I can't undo a surgery that was done. Anything else?
I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm excited for you guys. This for my A-type personalities, my go-getters, and my how else would I describe myself? If you're anxious about this course, I get it, because I'm that person. I'm the A-type personality. I want you to just tell me how to get there the fastest way possible. I did that for a good 6 months or so when I was sick and I was panicking and I was like, just heal me. And I couldn't figure out how to get myself healed because I was listening to all these different people and I wanted the quick fix and I wanted it now. I feel you. And I understand you. I am you. This class will be painfully slow for you. And I've done that for a reason. I need you to slow down. I need you to take this on a day-by-day basis. And I need you to sit back, relax, take a deep breath, exhale, and just enjoy the journey. So enjoy the journey. Enjoy the women that you're with. You guys are with some amazing women from around the world. Make some new friends. Enjoy the community. Socialize. Share your stories. Live in the moment. Take away all the stress. Take away all the urgency and just chill out. The best gift that I have given myself and probably my family is just chilling out and not being so frantic and panicked about a lot of things. Save that for where it's necessary, but taking care of you is not the place that that's necessary. So slow down, embrace the process, take a deep breath, soak in the information, and then consider how it can help you for sure. Okay, I'm going to jump off because I have a workout I need to go to. Think about how it is you're going to get through these next 3 weeks. Start thinking about your next fast. Think about how clean that's going to be, how you're going to prepare yourself mentally and physically for that. And then do not have a Last Supper. I always like to warn this as well. What you do today and what you do tomorrow morning will affect your fast for the next 3 days. So you do not need to eat all the ho-hos. You do not need to eat all the Halloween candy. You do not need to empty out your cupboards of all the food that you've already purchased. Do not eat, a super high carb meal tonight. This is not the last time you'll ever be able to go out for a big Italian dinner, or a big Mexican dinner, or a big whatever. It's 3 weeks that you're going to make some adjustments, and you'll reevaluate those things again at the end anyway. So don't indulge or overindulge over food or drink the next 48 hours or so, because you will feel it in 3 days and you won't remember that you overindulged. You'll think it's fasting. It's not fasting. It's what you did 3 days ago. So ease into this process over the next couple of days. Think about the food that you're eating. Make sure you're making conscious choices, and then we'll start our official group fast tomorrow night. Okay, I will see you guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. I know I did it a little longer than I wanted to, but your questions and comments were fantastic. Use your community group. Tag me if you need anything. I will be evaluating the questions and answering the ones that I feel need an answer. And then the rest of it, I need you guys to think. Okay, have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys in class.